The light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers in water. Namaste. Mitakuye Oyasin, Mitakuye Kose Reall. Punks Kongs Box Ko Pox Culture. Peace culture. Bava L'chaim, Salam, Shalom, Shalom, Salam. Merci, Ciao, DOUSZKSZ, Sedlaric, Mir Pace, and especially Namaste. The divine within me greets the divine within you. This is our broadcasting again today of our ceremony that we like to share with our dearest family and ask you to share with your dearest family. You can do a similar ceremony. We have put together a collage of pictures from our family and the flowers representing us. We are the heart lights and we are the budding, blooming, marvelous, miraculous flowers of my family. And my family is very, very marvelous and miraculous. And I know one day soon they're going to be co-hosting these broadcasts with me. The Shekinah, the women, and the youth, age 37 and younger, female and male, who are with me becoming soon, as with some other people who have also joined in on this, are the first co-seviras, co-secretary generals of a new paradigm shift for our planet and for our planets, because our State of the Union is a family community, family tree. And it is not only on this earth, but it is on all our planets. I am what you call a first but not last or only cosmic Christ, a paraclete, the paraclete that has been predicted to arrive around this time. I apologize. I arrived a little late because I had to extricate myself from a very bad habit that most of the people on this planet have. I was unknowingly practicing patriarchy instead of partnership culture. My mind wanted partnership culture, and my heart and my mind wanted partnership culture, and my spirit wanted partnership culture. But I was socialized into patriarchy. And I didn't recognize the extent to which I had been engaging in patriarchal practices without even realizing that they were. So we do this little ceremony, and you'll understand that this is to bring forth the human kindness that patriarchy denies society. And we'll start, we'll say, the light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers in water. Hugs and love to all, both in each and every one, as soon as possible. The light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers in water. Hugs and love to all, both in each and every one, as soon as possible. We'll drink the milk of human kindness for all, both in each and every one, as soon as possible. Representing all, both in each and every one, as soon as possible. I am acting as intercessor against the sins that grow out of patriarchal kinship anthropological arrangements. That arrangement, patriarchy, induces sin. It induces domination, separation, alienation, and all that we actually define as sin. A reparative stage and moving toward egalitarian culture, into egalitarian culture, not moving toward it, but having it. via the new millennial golden rule is the gift that we and our family and community bring to this world and all worlds as co-Christs. So we'll drink the milk of human kindness for all, both in each and every one as soon as possible. Representing all, both in each and every one, I drink the water of enlightened, loving, living planets, that we will reclaim and sustain our planet Earth and all our Earths to be. For all, both in each, representing all, both in each and every one as soon as possible. We'll celebrate and re-celebrate all our birthdays, conception days, name days, and holy days. They're all holy days together. Past, present, and future, starting with our spring generations and our spring birthdays, our autumnal and our Shekinah birthdays, and conception days, all of these interweaving as first co-secretary generals, co-saviorahs. Then we will, after that, begin to celebrate the older men in our families, but only after they have embraced the new millennial golden rule. And we welcome them to do so. Many have already said that they do, but we are waiting to have our youth and our women, particularly our women, come forward, come out from underneath their hiding, and become the co-leaders that this planet needs for them to be now in order to survive, and celebrate one another in doing so. We'll celebrate and re-celebrate all our birthdays, conception days, name days, and holy days together, past, present, future, on this and all our planets together. Both here, meet thee and me in the air, online, and on our sacred grounds in so many places. Because you see, we are going to be, the Q continuum will have time to go to many, many places. I'll explain that to you logically very soon. A very important part of the ceremony is the consciousness currencies that everybody can make, celebrating their great and grandmothers and all their generations of young women, Shekinah, currently living Shekinah, and past generations currently living Shekinah, and currently living the young people aged 37 and younger, female and male. First go first. These are values of trillions, zillions and trillions, trillions and zillions of uncounted talent, goodness, kindness, labor, effort for multiple thousands and thousands and thousands of generations represented here. And we have done this. We've sent these to all the genealogy societies of the world. You can do that for your family. Honor your ancient goddess mothers, because for thousands of years you've been caught in a patriarchal lie. And only when you extricate yourself retroactively and honor the women who are not honored, as full equals, as decision makers, as equally valuable in what they do as any male. Then will you begin to redeem your family from the terrible sins that we have produced, our terrible nuclear stockpiles, all our wars, our crime, our social alienation, our national identity as alien from other people who are shared family of our own planet. All of these terrible sins that we've done, our stresses, our diseases that are caused by this. When you credit retroactively your great-grandmothers like our Harriet and Ray and Clara and Rose and Antoinette and Marie and Grandma Popper and Dorothy and Lynn and all of their Shekinah, all of their sisters and all of their cousinas, some whose names we are going to mention in a longer ceremony soon, because we want to bring our own family into it and have the fuller ceremony when they come. But all of them are referenced here and referred to here in these representative consciousness currencies. So and then if you have a color printer, you can easily print out and create this kind of a circle. This is really meant to be a circle. It doesn't look like one, but it's meant to be a circle. But starting with the great and grandmothers, then our current generations of Shekinah and our younger generations. And then if you have members of your family who were raised by your own mother and grandmothers, who are of special concern to your grandmothers and your mother's memories to start with. Now, this is to say they're not important to father figures too, but we're starting with the great and grandmothers and their children and great and grandchildren. And our younger generations representing all of their younger generations. And intergenerationally with contemporaries, close family, but also we'll get back to the larger grouping. And going back, this diagram, when we improve our operation of screen shares, we'll show you more of this family. This marvelous, miraculous family. Our great and grandmothers, past and present, our current Shekinah, our middle-aged women, of all the sisters, the cousinas, the aunties, and their nieces and nephews and daughters and sons. Now, we're going to do this again tomorrow, hopefully. We'll connect more people to the ceremony. We've done some of that today. It didn't connect quite as well as we wanted because we had some technical problems, and we think that tomorrow's a better date anyway to do it. So we have some things ready for them and make it a little bit more celebratory, and hopefully. And we intend to continue this all the way into spring. And by then, having our full complement of Co-Secretary Generals, Co-Saviors with us. And we'll also say, we'll start fresh. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and we'll say all the blessings and all the greetings of all of our heritage and all the languages of our earth and our earths together. Both meet me in the air together, meet me and thee in the air together, and on our sacred grounds all over our Kazina's homes, our sister Kazina's homes, and our great-grandmothers, places of where they did live, and remembering all these important times of life, counting according to the New Millennial Golden Rule, going back first, and then counting what there is today, most presently important, equally important, and then conceiving and planning for our future. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. We'll say all the blessings and all the greetings of all of the heritages of our earth and our earths, past, present, and future, together. Space-time travel doesn't have to be cold and metallic. It is warm and it is lit with the heart light and budding, blooming, marvelous, miraculous flowers within all of us. I think we may have a companion who wants to get into the act. No. That's what our kitty cats have been in and out of their presence of these ceremonies. Sometimes they join us most eagerly, and sometimes they're a little bit shy, but you'll see them again. And now this is just our very simple broadcast right now for our family and community. They know it's occurring, and they know how to watch it and where to find it. And they are represented by me. Intercessorily, I am representing them, all of them. They are within me, and I am within them. So it is with all families. But under patriarchy, there's a great deal of pressure on families, and families often have lots of splits and problems and illnesses and difficulties that are all produced by patriarchy. I will show this to you logically in additional broadcasts. We are currently experiencing some difficulties with our screen share. There's long delays, and we're not able to bring up the different graphics quickly enough to our satisfaction to give you the best experience. However, you really don't need a video to understand what's at 5050now.wordpress.com. We ask you to go to the essay at the very top, the New Millennial Golden Rule, 5 Pillars of Planet-Saving Change, and read that. Then scroll down to the sermons, and particularly during this month, read the sermon that it says we all have a dream to make reality now. That is our State of the Union. The Union is not a nation. It is the world and the worlds that are ours to share together. This is the message of the Paraclete. We do not live according to nations on this planet. We live according to family communityhood. That is our membership category. And when we celebrate it, the national alienations break down, the planetary alienations break down and disappear and vanish, and people regain their joined and created familyhood on a family tree of love and life and light for all generations, past, present, and future, reclaimed. Because in time travel, we go back also to past generations. Their spirits are incarnated all over the universe. We can recontact them, and they can reintegrate in a new risen form, but is essentially the same soul that is your ancestor and your ancestry. Female, starting with the females and then also bringing in the males. Starting with the females, then remembering those who were also at the age that they were 37 in age and younger, both female and male, and then also bringing in the males. So so go look at that essay, and then further down you'll see the names of these people on many others who are the related extended family of these people, female and young people, age 37 and younger, at the website. And the area under grassroots congresses and courts and assemblies. Scroll down and you'll see among the representatives you, and you'll see the people whose pictures you have just seen, and they are dearest and marvelous, miraculous family, but they don't know it yet completely, how marvelous and miraculous they are, and neither do you, and neither do your families. But God knows how marvelous and miraculous you are, and wants you to pull out of this nonsense that you are caught in of nationalism, patriarchally induced nationalism. Genderism, of course, is the key matter here. And not only men practice genderism, but women do. Women are sometimes the worst carriers of genderist hierarchy, putting one another and themselves, even themselves, into a lowered category. And that harms not only other women and young women and baby girls, it harms boys and men. It harms everyone. And men, alpha males tend to be the biggest pushers of this patriarchal tendency. They have a tendency to overlook the input of women, to haremize women, to co-opt women, to manipulate women, and to use women, to exploit women. Unfortunately, many women are adjusted to that, and so they do a kind of a bad dance with each other, and it creates a big problem all over the world. And especially for their children who get caught in these gears of the wrong turn. So we are relieving that pressure to patriarchy of our family, known family and community. We are teaching them about the new millennial golden rule. I am the first cosmic Christ. I have the answer to all the problems of the world. Every aspect of what we are suffering from will disappear upon implementation of the new millennial golden rule. All of the people listed on the website there among the representatives have been emailed repeatedly, many times. There's thousands of them. And they know about the new millennial golden rule, and no one has objected to it in any way. And a number of them have overtly endorsed it and embraced it. So now it's your turn. You can learn about it. You can become among the representatives. This is a temporary meeting in the air of a global, local, global, and universal assemblage. The souls of all your ancestry, your current relations all around the world, and everyone is related, no more than 50th cousina and cousin from everyone else. That is sisters of, we are daughters and sons of sisters and sisters and brothers. That is what we are. We are all sisters and brothers, a couple of steps removed. Everyone has common ancestry, usually no more than a few generations back. And some people within certain specific groupings are very closely interwoven, but we all share more than 99% of our DNA as human beings, and we have the most great deal in common and in our common sense. We'll talk more about common sense, because this month is the month that common sense was delivered to North America by another related family, Mary Lambert Payne and Tom Payne. And the tragedy of their little baby girl lost in childbirth is one that still plagues our planet because of patriarchy. And it's something that we have to have the common sense to prevent. We have some very great tragedies that occurred in the last 20-some years over that area. In that area, we'll have to talk with you about that. You can read about it on the website, because too many baby girls have been lost because our society is so patriarchal in some places on this planet that they are not valued. Baby girls are as holy as baby boys upon birth. The only reason that any of us lose our holiness is patriarchy. And you know, the interesting thing about this is how truth becomes inverted by the patriarchal. The patriarchal would tell you that the female is the agent of problem. That is not what our statistics are telling us. The female does play a role, though, in passing on this mistake, a significant role, and she can be very much caught in the sin of it. But when we use the New Millennial Golden Rule, it's very simple to pull out of that. So this assemblage of among the representatives, you, and you is expanding with these broadcasts, hopefully, and includes the people that you've seen here, and all their great and grandmothers, and Shekinah currently, and their youth, female and male, age 37 and younger. I know many of these people very well, some better than others. I know the ones that I know have the gifts to do this job. I know the ones that I know a little bit better than others have the gifts to do this job. And I know that generally most people have the gifts to do this job. They just have to decide and see clearly how they've been manipulated back into patriarchy for thousands of years by mostly one major factor, our media, and another factor is our educational systems that do not address the difference between patriarchy and egalitarian society. Once we begin to do that, we will become a risen humanity. It really is incredibly simple. It's incredibly simple, and I guess it takes a paraclete to see the forest for the trees, to clear up all the obfuscation, to pull you out of the practices that pull you back into patriarchy, and to give you the ultimate gifts, and which will result in solar power all over this planet, renewable energies, a time when all people will be infinitely wealthy, able to travel among planets almost at the snap of a finger, like the true Qs of Star Trek, and like the equinoxes of Stargate, able to navigate the Stargate and avoid all conflict, and have enormous healing abilities, and remain eternally young, as is also true of the true Q. You shall have these gifts. I'm giving them to you. I'm the paraclete. I have more power than all the CEOs, the presidents, and the corporations, and all their military tanks, and all their nuclear bombs put together. Because God is working through me. Guess what? God is more powerful than all the tanks and nuclear weapons and all of the nonsense, all the trappings of false power. So you know that you are in good hands with me. I am here for you. I have stood up. I am also not only the paraclete, but I am the incarnated goddess Astrea of Atlantis, the goddess of sun and stars, the universal goddess of all time. She was here on earth, it was told in the mythology, but was so disgusted by the Iron Age, which was very patriarchal, that she left. Well, she came back in me. And guess what? I'm very disgusted again. I'm very disgusted again, and I say, God, please take me off this planet. But you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay with you, because you're going to come to understand what I and the Statue of Liberty, the goddess of the Statue of Liberty is Astrea, are giving you. And you huddled masses will stop huddling, and you'll start hugging instead of huddling. And this world will be as one family community of love, of enormous love powers that give you all of the best powers of the goddesses and gods of mythology and the visions of modern science fiction combined. Come back for our next broadcast. We'll be on again today again, and we love you very, very greatly, more than you possibly can know. So come and join us. We keep letting you know about it. We're mentioning you. We're showing you pictures, and we're inferring all of you. You're welcome. You're welcome. And you can call into these broadcasts. I may not take certain interruptions during certain times, but generally you can wait to talk with each other and with me by calling 1-641-715-3800. That's country code 1. If you're out of the North American continent, just dial 011 first. And then 1-641-715-3580, access code 773342. Every blessing. You have all my love and all that of Goddess God. We're quite upset with you. You've been acting very, very stupid. Patriarchy makes people very, very stupid, and you've been acting real dumb. But wake up. You have it within you to have your heart lights turned back fully on and your budding, blooming flowers of eternal youth within you risen. Every blessing. Let's see if we have any accompanying assistance. Yes, we have an assistant. We have an assistant. We had another assistant earlier today, and now we have her sister. We had Dorney Aurora Feliz earlier today, and now we have Maria Rainbow Sweetheart. And a wave to all the world, Maria Rainbow Sweetheart. Yeah. Okay, we'll see you later for our next broadcast.
Listen, that no words. I should have said, oh, so beautiful. Beautiful. So beautiful. people need to see what I've seen. They need to see.
These are the spiritual as much as physical voyages of the Co-Federation Solar Sun, our starship planet Earth, restored to heaven on our and every earth as our spiritual, genealogical, local, global, universal voyager and shared her and his family community enterprise. Our new millennial year's mission to rediscover and re-understand, sustain, and explore are and all are in fact familiar new worlds of family community, of the tree of love, life, and light throughout the solar system and universe, to restore, renew, and sustain our and new life and new sustainable civilizations, past, present, retroactively, and now, rebalance, and future, always balancing, to lovingly, genealogically, and boldly become and be space-time travelers whenever and where we have interdimensional reality, all in part been before, if also never been before, in alternative space-time lines that are circles, which are of the universal EQ, IQ, and SQ continuum, balanced combinations of the ever-expanding circle which spirals and grows, budding and blooming in space-time. Love and live enlightened, ever young, long, and prosper all both in each and every one. Engage your heart, mind, soul, and body, for we all, both in each, and each both in all, can, must, and marvelously and miraculously make it so.
In the thunderous blast, she emerges, her eyes on fire, the mighty priestess. She is risen from the nativity of Caldera. She is risen from the fires of the earth. She is risen. She is risen.
We are risen.
She is risen. She is risen.
We are risen.
May the circle be over, unbroken. May the love of God is be ever in your heart. Bury me and bury not, bury me again. Blessed be, blessed be, blessed be.
महालक्ष्मी मृडप्रिया महारूपा महापूज्या महापातकनाशिनी महामाया महासत्त्वा महाशक्ति महारथी महाभूत महेश्वर्या महावीर्या महाबला महाबुद्धि महासिद्धि महायोगेश्वरेश्वरी महातंत्र महामंत्र महायंत्र महासना महायागक्रमाराध्या ॐ महाभैरवपूजिता महेश्वर महाकल्पक महाताण्डवसाक्षिणी महाकामेशमहिषी महात्रिपुरसुन्दरी चतुष्षष्टि उपचाराढ्या चतुष्षष्टि परमही महाचतुष्षष्टि कोटियोगिनी गणसेविता
over.
Just a smile like one of us. Just a stranger on the bus.
Celestial event. No. Not once. Not What's the matter? I should have said, oh, so beautiful. So beautiful. Maybe people need to see what I've seen. They need to see.
This day I call the heavens and the earths as witnesses intercessorily for and hopefully and prayerfully not against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose love and life with light, so that you and your children may live. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not your, our new millennial law.
Okay. Another Patricia. Maybe there tonight sunflowers go up European blossom. This is Anna Marie singing Christmas. and I am Cherokee, Cheyenne, Blackfoot, and Alewa, Dakota. And I am also a French, English, and German. Bisekuye Ayasin. That means we are all related. The sacred ground that is Mother Earth, and all the planets of all the universe